Hello everyone, so welcome to quantifiers. So as you all know that CAT के अंदर verbal section is called VARC section, so which is a verbal ability plus reading comprehension. Now the main problem with lot of CAT aspirants is that for them the verbal ability or the CAT is just limited to reading comprehension when we talk about the English component, and they tend to focus all their time and energy on working on the reading comprehension, and they tend to ignore this verbal ability. But we now need to understand that verbal ability, the total questions in your CAT is I would rather say that there are 8 questions of the verbal ability in a CAT paper. So that sums out to be almost 2 RCs. So the verbal ability section of the RCs is equivalent to the 2 RCs. And now in case if we're going to look at the 99 percentile, and what we say that in case if you have to do a minimum of 12 to 15 questions. So in case if out of the 8 questions here from the verbal ability sections, in case you are able to pull out somewhere around 4 to 6 questions, so the pressure actually reduces in terms of your reading comprehension section. So what I would suggest for the verbal ability, before even getting into this topic of what type of the questions which are being asked in a verbal ability, so my advice is that don't ignore this section. So whatever the time that you are actually spending on learning and understanding the reading comprehension, at least the half of the time you should also spend on learning the concepts of verbal ability. So with this note, let's actually explore the type of the verbal ability questions that are being asked in CAT, right? Now, the one thing that we need to understand is that the CAT is a comprehensive based paper, and the verbal ability section is also a kind of a reading comprehension. I would not call it as a reading comprehension, but I would also call it is a kind of a comprehension test, right? So now let's see some of the topics here. So the very first topic of the verbal ability is paragraph summary. The next is a paragraph jumble. The third is a para completion, and the fourth is a paragraph में से you have to figure the odd sentence out. Now the one thing that you can see, the commonality between all these the commonality among all these 4 topics is the word paragraph, right? Now CAT में in case if we're going to talk about the RC, so RC में भी क्या होता है? What is the RC passage comprises of? So RC passages again is a combination of lot of paragraphs, right? So there you are understanding 4-5 paragraphs together, right? Here you are just deciphering or understanding one paragraph at a time. So it's just an extension of RC. So in case if you can perform in a reading comprehension, I'm sure that you'll be able to perform in your verbal ability section also. So let's see this topic. The very first type of the question in the case of your verbal ability section of CAT exam is paragraph summary, right? Now the paragraph summary basically what is this kind of the question? So again I would say कि अगर आपने CAT के question types करे होंगे, RC के question types, so उसमें आपने एक question type करा होगा which is called as a main idea, right? So अगर you are able to make a sense of that particular question of the main idea, I'm sure you'll be able to fare well in the paragraph summary question also, because paragraph summary क्या है? आपको एक paragraph दिया हुआ है and then they give you the 4 options, और आपको पैराग्राफ को समझकर आपको उसका क्या एसेंस है, what is the most important thing that the author is discussing, right? You have to pick up that particular option that summarize the passage in the most appropriate manner, right? Now let's look at the instructions of this question. So the passage given below is followed by 4 alternative summaries. Choose the option that best captures the essence of the passage, right? So आई एम श्योर आप हिंदी में भी करते थे ना, आपको बहुत सब दिया होता था, बहुत सारे वर्ड्स दिए होते थे, एंड देन यू नीड टू अनेकार्थिक शब्दों का एक शब्द, राइट? सो बेसिकली आई वुड कॉल दैट पैराग्राफ समरी इज अ काइंड ऑफ दैट ओनली. सो you can see here that the summary or the paragraph comprises of not many sentences, and the summary options just have one sentence, right? So this is this paragraph summary. So you have to read the paragraph, right? And then you need to pick up the option that best captures the essence, that best captures the main idea why the author has written the entire paragraph, right? Now the second question type is your paragraph jumbles. Now again, for doing this particular topic on the paragraph jumbles, you need to understand the author. You need to understand the author's main idea. You need to understand why the author has written the text and what the author has written in the text, right? Now what happened here in the case of the paragraph jumbles is that sentences are not being arranged in a proper sequence. For example, now let's say you're gonna read it from here. So Veena Sehajwala, a material scientist at the University of New South Wales, believed there is a new way of solving this problem. Now, how, in case if 1 is the starting point, so how do we know that this problem, where is this problem even being mentioned, right? So what we are now sure is that this is not arranged in a proper manner. So you have to arrange the sequences, let's say whatever be the sequences, 3, 1, 4, 2 or something like that, right? So you have to arrange the sentences in such a manner that they becomes a meaningful and a coherent passage or a paragraph as a whole, right? So this is again a paragraph jumble topic. Now again, related to the paragraph jumble, I call this particular topic as a close cousin to the paragraph jumble. Now it is almost similar to the paragraph jumbles, but the only case is that you don't have to come up with a coherent sequence here, but you have to pick up that particular option which is an odd one out, right? Now the name itself I think so is a self-suggestive, so odd sentence in a paragraph. So that means आपको 5 options दिए हुए हैं, so 4 उनमें से एक साथ कोई सीक्वेंस बनाते होंगे या वो एक कोहेरेंट पैराग्राफ बनते होंगे, एक कुछ ऐसा है जो उसके बारे में डिस्कस नहीं कर रहा है. So whatever be the case is that you need to actually type in the answer. For example, let's say you feel that the 2 is not fitting here, then the 2 is your odd one out and you need to type in the answer. The one more important element that I want to draw here is that both the questions of the para jumbles and the questions of your odd one out, they are a theta based question. Now what are this theta based question? That is basically type in the answer. So these two question types do not have options, right, attached to them, but there will be a space given close to them. You need to just type in whatever you are feeling, whatever be the sequence for the para jumbles, you need to type in the answer. Whatever be the answer to your odd one sentence out, you need to actually type in the answer. Now here we can see here that somewhere, so although hard skills have traditionally ruled the roost, so we know that the sentence talking about hard skills, this is also talking about soft skills, right? This is also somewhere talking about practical know-how, soft skills, right? So you can see that there is some kind of a coherence that is binding the 4 sentences, but maybe the 1 sentences is not fitting in there and hence it is your odd one out. The last topic in the case of the verbal ability section is your paragraph completion. Now this is a very newly introduced topic which was introduced in the year 2022. Now what happened in the case of the paragraph completion is that again all these para jumbles, your odd one out and your paragraph completion, they are like closely connected to each other, right? They are almost testing you on the same idea about how to arrange the sentences so they become a meaningful and a coherent paragraph. Now here the sentence is given. Now you need to see where I can actually fit this sentence. So can this sentence be a part here? Can this sentence be the part here? Can this sentence be a part here? Or can this sentence be fitted here, right? So this is what you need to figure out. So again, you can see that paragraph jumbles mein we were rearranging, odd sentence out mein we were picking the odd one out. Here what we are doing is that again there is a majority sequence that is given by the question setter, but there is a 1 sentence about which we are not sure about the placement of that sentence, and based on our understanding of the paragraph we need to actually place this sentence. Now one important pointer, from a last couple of years in case if I'll see, so verbal ability एक ऐसा section है जिसमें कुछ ना कुछ changes every year introduce हो रहे हैं. For example 2022 में paragraph completion आया था और odd one out नहीं आया था. 2023 के again में वापस से आपका odd one out की re-entry हो गई थी and 2 questions para summary, 2 para jumbles, 2 odd one out and 2 paragraph completion के थे. In the year 2024 paragraph jumble was a miss. So this is definitely a 1 section where the question setter is being playing here and there. So but for our to be on a safer side, okay, so what we should do is that we should master all these 4 topics, right? Let's hope for the best, right? So all the best. Thank you so much.